Michael Simmons.
Hi, this is Glenda Fu-Smith.
And this is
Soaring High with So Kids SOAR.
Soaring High with So Kids SOAR is a multiple episode dive into one of the most beneficial organizations for the disabled community, So Kids SOAR. We of the podcast text team will be discussing various activities hosted by So Kids SOAR.
And one of those activities is our vocational building program called Your Path to Success, which Michael is a graduate of, and also Jacob, who is here today. And So Kids SOAR's mission, just for anyone who's tuning in for the first time, is to empower kids and youth with physical and developmental disabilities to strive, own, achieve, and realize their potential.
And along with along with Jacob from Your Path to Success, we also have two other very special guests, Eric and Glenda from the Eric's Law team, / I think you guys are also called Blue Runway. Yeah.
And what the official name is Blue Runway
for Autism.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you, Linda. And just to swing it back to Jacob, he is a 2020 Your Path to Success graduate, and his mother, Christine, is here with us as well. So I love that we have the mother-son duos here today to talk to us about just finding your purpose and being goal-driven. Awesome.
Yeah. All right, so starting off with Eric, can you tell us what drives you in life?
What drives me in life is because of God, and what drives me is that I keep going and keep dreaming of achieving and goals in life, and so it's because of God that I keep going. And what drives me is because my mother, because she always tell me I'm a person who can go and chase dreams, go and achieve in life, and so what drives me is because of my mother and God, and because without those two I would not be who I am and driving in life, and so I'm so grateful for both of them.
Wow, I don't want to start crying now. That was a beautiful answer. Thank you, Eric. Same for you, Jacob. What drives you in life?
Thank you. My social abilities make me feel happy and confident. I believe that I have a special ability to make friends wherever I go. I have amazing friends from school, the best buddies organization in my pickleball group, and in my Special Olympics swimming and basketball teams. When I go to places, I like to introduce to myself to new people. That way I can learn about them and make more friends.
Awesome. Thank you, Jacob. And I think you kind of touch on it a little bit, Jacob, about how your special abilities empower you. So I'd love to hear from Eric, too. How do you feel like your special abilities empower you?
Be who you are, because that's what God created you to be. My mom always told me I was always to stand out, not to fit in, because I was always feel like I wasn't welcome to the groups when I was little, and people didn't understand me because of my speech delay and so many more. And so my ability is to help others, knowing that even though you have a disability, but you have an ability to become who you want to be, because a disability is a disability. And so I believe that me having autism is just a achievement, and so having autism is the great thing that have happened in my life, and I can inspire others to be the same.
I agree. Yeah, definitely. Special abilities, that's what I like to think about.
Yeah.
So disabilities, yeah. Cool.
And so just to focus a bit more on what Eric's ID law is. First off, I've already heard about, but could you say it here for everyone listening to the podcast?
So what Eric's ID law is putting a non-apparent disability logo on the driver's license or the state ID in the state of Maryland. So the bill was sponsored by our Senator Will C. Smith and Delegate Janelle Wilkins and Delegate Kim Taylor. The bill got passed on April the 1st, 2025, on the first day of Autism Month. And the bill was signed by Governor Westmore on May 13th. And so the bill will become effective on October the 1st of this year. And so the butterfly, and so this is a hidden disability butterfly. The butterfly actually represents hope, peace, freedom, and change. And inside of the butterfly of the wings is the color that represents for all hidden disabilities. And so we talked to NVA, and so what NVA said, because of the license is already copy and print, everything has to be black. So it will be a black butterfly, but it will still be resident Eric's ID law. And so the law state that all police trained in the state of Maryland will have the same exact training under Eric's ID law. So they will be trained to see the logo on the state ID or driver's license, and to be trained on how to interact with people with hidden disabilities. So this is super, super exciting, because Eric's ID law is going to help save so many lives and help law enforcement and first responders to know, hey, I have a disability. So they will know to interact with the person better, instead of hurrying them in and thinking they not listening and paying attention to them. So Eric's ID law is going to be a next step forwards.
It's so important, I think, educating everyone too. It's amazing what you've done, and you're so eloquent speaking about it as well. I feel like you captured 5 of the questions we were going to ask all at once, which is awesome. Yeah.
So can you tell us a bit about what obstacles you needed to overcome to actually get it passed?
Good question.
You want us?
Linda, you can take it.
You want to take that, Mom?
Sure, I'll take that. So, in moving this mission forward for Eric's ID law in the year of 2024, the bill did not move. We had some opposition, unfortunately, with certain disability groups in the state of Maryland who did not want this bill to happen.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I think that people don't understand that this is a law that will save lives for all people. This is not a black law. This is not a white law. This is a law to help save lives for all people with invisible disabilities. However, these groups in the state of Maryland were groups that are predominantly Caucasian groups who did not want this law to happen. And so their concerns were, they saw it as labeling. This is a voluntary selection, just like you choose donor on your license. So they see it as labeling, we see it as saving a life. And the reason for that is it's been a proven fact that people of color who've been stopped by law enforcement that have an invisible disability, such as autism, mental health, or whatever it is, the experience is different for them. Some of them don't even live through these experiences, being stopped by law enforcement. So again, just to try to address some of the concerns that these groups had were labeling. Car insurance would go up. If a person became 18 and they wanted to remove this butterfly off of their ID, would they be able to do that? And so we do know that car insurance is not an issue. They can remove it at 18 if they want. They don't even have to walk into MBA and give them their medical background at all. They just apply for it, just like you do donor. Same thing. The other thing that Eric touched on was all law enforcement agencies in Maryland will be educated on how to understand the process for Eric's ID law. Should they be stopped and this butterfly is on their ID. The interaction will definitely be different from how they most have learned, from book knowledge and interacting with a person with autism. It's going to be different.
And I think one of the biggest thing when we've seen examples of this happening with the police brutality is that everyone says what we need to do is educate instead of, I think that's the first step. And I agree with you. It's an optional icon. And I feel like as a mother too, just knowing that little bit, like, it's a little more safety just to know that that's out there and that, people now have that bit of information when interacting. I think that's so important. Yeah. Totally. Thank you for that. Michael, did you want to continue asking them some more questions?
Okay, and what pushed you guys to continue fighting for the law despite this opposition?
Yeah, great question.
So, Eric and I were invited onto the View TV show with Miss
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, sweet.
We were also invited onto the Sherry Shepherd show. We received over 1 million views and comments about once this law is passed in the state of Maryland to please make this a federal law
100%.
nationally. So that's where we are now. Now that the bill has been signed by Governor Westmore, we are moving this bill state to state.
Awesome.
So that is definitely the push now. And we
Yeah.
just need more support. We need more options to be on podcasts like this
Yeah.
and other media platforms to get the word out nationally.
I love that. And we'll get to it later. I definitely want to know, what's the website where we can go support you, so we can share that with everyone. And Linda, as Eric's mom and biggest advocate, how do you on a daily basis and Eric, you can also tell your mom how you feel like she helps you overcome challenges maybe every day or just even through this process. I feel like there must have been some times where it's just some days are hard, and how you push through, not just by yourself, but how your mother helped you get through those hard days.
Yeah, it was a lot of hard days with getting this bill passed and having the opposers. There were moments where Eric and myself both, were in tears about it, but to see my son be so passionate about something that would help save lives for people like him and his friends and just people in the world in general, to see him hurt and cry and not understand why anyone would want to stop something that's so important. It was hard.
Of course.
But I had to, constantly encourage him, constantly let him know, everybody's not going to always agree with what you think. You just pray about it and continue to move forward.
Yeah.
You want to speak to that, about
Yeah.
how you stayed encouraged?
When I stayed encouraged was God gave me this idea. He gave me a design assignment, and I kept going and kept going. And a lot of people were saying to me and my mom, a bill takes 5 to 7 years. It only took us 2 years to get it done.
Yes.
Everybody was like,
Amazing.
that's a bigger accomplishment. That never happened before. So the number one thing is never giving up, believing it's going to happen, seeing what God's going to do for you, and to other people. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the blessing will be right there. So it was meant not to get passed last year, because if it did, it probably would have not been this big like it is now. But everything happened. That's the way it go. And so you may not understand at the beginning, but at the end you will understand why it happened.
I saw a really poignant, I think it was a video about perspective versus perception. And so when you look at something, that's your perception, right? But you don't see the bigger picture, like you're saying. God had this plan. Maybe it didn't happen right away, but then you have this perspective around, it was supposed to happen at this moment. There's always a timing to everything.
Right.
So
That's right.
I love that you talked about that, Eric. And we'll kind of pivot this, and I would love to hear from your side, Linda, and then to Christine. How do you feel is the best way to support your children without overstepping, kind of having them build that resiliency? How do you help your children actualize their goals without kind of coddling them through it? As a mom too, I'm trying to learn from you guys, but not like doing things for them, but also trying to encourage them to take the steps to do it themselves. And we'll start with Linda, and then we can pivot to Christine.
Well, for an example, I mean, this may be a different kind of example, but I remember when I first realized I had to allow Eric to go into the world without me.
Yeah.
Super hard.
Scary.
Super hard for me. And so we live across the street from a grocery store in downtown Silver Spring. And so I told Eric, I want you to keep me on the phone. I'm going to let you go to the grocery store and get some things. But I'm going to have to be on the phone with you the whole time.
Yeah.
And we did that. He did okay the first time, but the other thing that I did was I went to that grocery store and introduced myself and Eric to everyone that worked there, because I felt like if he's in that store and they don't know that he's highly functioning autistic, first of all, he's not going to come to them and say, I need help. He doesn't want to do that.
Right.
He just doesn't. And so I told them, I introduced them to Eric, and I said, listen, my son has autism. He may be in the store. If you see him, could you help him? He's not going to ask you for help. Come to him. And so that was a huge win.
That's smart.
So now they know him at the grocery store. You know, they like, want me to make you some fresh bagels when they see him coming out,
Yeah.
But just trying to encourage him, I know you're not going to always be in the world with me.
Yeah.
But I am on the phone with him a lot when he's not with me.
Yeah.
The grocery store or wherever he's going, call me, make sure this phone is turned up. I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
Because, we have some people in the world that are not always have your child's best interest at heart.
Totally, yeah.
And I'm concerned for him. I'm very concerned for him when he goes in the world.
Yeah.
He's kind to everybody. So, I'm one of those helicopter moms. I hover.
All right.
Well, you used to be a really big helicopter mom, but you.
She's learned to let go.
But you learn, and I learned.
Doing better.
And I've been doing better, going to the world by myself.
You have.
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful for your protection and everything at the end.
Babe. Thanks,
Yeah, I love that. That's great. I know. And Christine, do you want to kind of talk through, what's the best ways you support Jacob? And Christine is Jacob's mom, like we mentioned at the start of the podcast. But yeah, I would love to hear from your side. What's the best ways you support him?
So actually, I came into Jacob's life when he was in his teens. I'm his stepmom, so I'm still mom, right?
Yeah.
And I had my own learning and adjustment to go through, and understanding. I've never been a mom before. So, but now I have this incredible gift in my life. So, I had certain observations coming in from the outside, and Saji's his dad is just such an amazing father. So, how can I kind of complement what he does without being overbearing? Because I saw such potential in him. And so I kind of chose a little bit, you call it like a strict approach. Strict, but hopefully encouraging. I do my best to really try to nudge him firmly to just try.
Yeah.
There's something you think you can't do, even the smallest thing around the house or little things, just try it before you ask for help. You could do it because I know you can do it, whether it's, tying the shoes or just really simple things. He's very good at doing chores around the house. But that was an adjustment and a learning, but I think we're doing really well.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not, I wouldn't say I'm a helicopter parent, but I can sometimes lose my patience. I can, I'm...
Well, I think that's part of just parenting in general.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm learning that on top of it.
Yeah.
But I would also say just supporting things that he does, along with his dad. I think his dad started out at a very young age with Jacob, making sure that he got him out into the world, that he built social skills, that he was not sitting at home idle.
Right.
And I saw that right off the bat when I met Jacob and saw how capable he was. So we are continuing that on into adulthood.
Awesome.
He's really thriving.
Yeah.
So
and I
exciting.
didn't even get to talk yet because I wanted you to talk about Jacob, but you're also making ripples in your community, just like Eric, through your music. So do you want to tell me about all the different, from the drumming to what you've done, over Zoom in different countries? Could you tell me a little bit about what you've done through your music?
Yeah, sure. Music is my passion because I have projects in every single day since I was a kid, since I was 7 or 8 years old. And everybody knows me from my high school because I am a most handsome and smartest person.
Love that.
And modest.
And modest, yes.
And modest too, also. Yeah, good one, Kristen. I'm, sometimes when I don't understand things, I can ask for help. Yeah.
Tell me about where you've performed before too.
I perform everywhere. I perform in all the time Fairfax, and in my high school that I did because my dad was there with me and helping me to set up for my performance. And everybody said that I am the most confident and independent person, you know.
Yeah, your confidence shines through. Yeah, where online? What's the furthest person who lives away from you? Where do they live that has heard your music?
So far, through my YouTube channel.
Where is that? Sorry?
My YouTube channel.
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Yeah, sorry. But do they? I thought it reached people in Asia, right? That listen to your music, right?
Yes, Asia is our country. Like, you know, in India, I go to India 3 times in a row because I have cousins there too.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
And they know me because India is my hometown, but instead of Fairfax, so I might try to go back to India.
Yeah, I just love both you and Eric. You know, you've done so much in the community already, and it's just so interesting to hear from both sides and from your moms about, you know, what drives you to do that. So we're going to kind of just, with Jacob, scoot back a little bit because you are a graduate of our program. So I think Mike would love to ask you something.
So you graduated from the program the year before me. Could you tell us about how you felt going through the program and working with your mentor, Nicole? And we're supported by Nicole.
I felt very excited to begin a new program where I could practice public speaking and other skills. I was also excited to meet people from friendships.
I love that. And Christine, from the parent perspective, how did it feel? You can speak for Saji too, but going through the program or starting it and how you felt near the end.
Yeah, I'll speak for us both because I think perspective, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned perspective. We were in the midst of COVID. We were in the throes of it. And it was amazing to see Jacob have something so constructive and to focus on during that time because the lockdowns were extremely challenging. I think we all know that. Yeah. Probably even more challenging for this community of young adults. So I was impressed by the program. I was excited for him. And he was excited joining every week. Online. It was virtual, but he was focused. 100% of the time we saw him in action at our kitchen table. He was looking forward to it. He wanted to do the takeaway homework. He was inspired by it. And so we felt really proud that he was excited about this and hopeful, you know, see what he learned from it and how he could apply it in his life after that.
And he's performed at, I don't know if you remember, but you've performed at not only one of our big fundraisers, you've also performed at our proms, doing your drumming, so it's pretty...
I just want to say that was a fantastic night that you just did. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. You made it fantastic. It wasn't me. It was all you. Everyone said that was one of the best parts of that night was you drumming and leading everyone in the dancing.
So, you seem to be really good at spreading good energy through your songs.
Right.
So, through your drumming, I mean.
Yeah.
So, could you tell us a bit more about your drumming career?
Yes. I was learning dole, which is it's a professional drum, and my teacher always comes to my dad's house to teach me new rolls and what else?
When did you start learning?
Oh, yeah. When did you start learning drumming? And after that, well, why don't you answer that first?
Yeah.
When did you first start drumming?
That was a good question. Since I was like 7 or 8 years old,
Wow.
yeah, it was a pretty long time.
But why did you like it and continue to do it? What did it make you feel?
It feels me more confident and excited because I like to play drums, just like my dad does, because my dad performs everywhere. He plays electronic drums and the drum pad, something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when we started playing, it's getting better and better, so that I can improve my drumming.
Yeah.
And so after that, my dad started to live stream from his phone, and a phone with me and my dad, and so that way we can play drums like a father and son.
And how did that make you feel, being able to live stream and have your music make other people around the world feel good? How does that make you feel?
Oh, that is fantastic. Because it makes me happy. Makes me to focus on my new life, and trying to find a new job that I'm trying to look for. You know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think in a way you're a bit of like a music activist, because you are like getting people to be themselves through your music and just cherish who they are. So I think that's something for you to celebrate too, is that you make you uplift people through your music, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then Michael, do you want to?
Okay,
Yeah.
and finally, I think it's for both of you, but we'll start with Eric. Could you tell me what the word activism means to you?
That's a hard question.
Activism.
Activism, advocating for yourself, advocating for others who don't have a voice. Going out there to use your voice to inspire others. Says going to be someone into the world when others don't feel like they're not somebody, but you can tell them you are somebody and you can change the world, because when you use your voice, you're inspiring others. That's what I think that word is.
Yes.
You are so eloquent. That's that's very beautiful what you just said. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Linda, do you want to add to that at all, or what activism means to you? And it's okay if not. Yeah.
For me, it just simply means advocating for Eric and others like him. I'm a big advocate for Eric and for others that have autism and other invisible disabilities. It is so important for the world to open up and receive people with disabilities.
Yeah.
They are absolutely amazing people.
I totally agree. And we could learn more.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And same question to you two, Jacob and Christine. What does being an activist or advocating, I think you remember one of our sessions is all about self-advocating during your path to success. So what does that mean to you?
Self-advocating.
Or activism.
Activism is like when you go outside, you can enjoy the nature, like fall or winter, and one of my favorite seasons that I ever had is summer, because I like to go out and out with friends and go play pickleball, because I play pickleball in my, I have a group chat and I play with them, so that I can support new players.
Yeah. So being
just
active.
like my dad has his own group to play pickleball.
Awesome. Great.
So being active, yes,
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah.
And an activist, right? I think some of the things that Jacob, I try not to speak for him, but I know that Jacob is, activism, it means to us, I believe, is that when you are passionate about something and want to take action, right,
Right.
for the greater good. of that cause that can impact anyone. So
Totally. And I think for you being active and playing pickleball, it's for all of you to have a fun time, right? For the greater cause.
yeah, so
Yeah, I just, I just want to head into it. I really love doing this podcasting too. There's a fantastic thing that I love to do.
Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
This is the best day ever that I've ever had in my life.
Thanks, Jacob. It's a great day for us, too.
Yeah.
And I know we're running short on time, so I'm just going to kind of close with our parent pause, which is a quick question I like to ask the parents from past episodes, too. So I would love for Linda and Christine for you to both take a moment and just turn to your respective sons and tell them either a memory from their childhood or recently that kind of just showed you their confidence and also solidified for you knowing that they could accomplish anything they put their mind to. So basically a moment where you clocked in your head that it reminded you of their unmatched drive and confidence. And either of you, if you already have one, Linda, you can go first, or Christine, do you have one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Eric received the Beacon Award in New York City.
Wow.
This year for Eric's ID Law. And when he got up there and did the speech, I was in tears. I couldn't believe it. His confidence was absolutely there. I mean, it was to the top. I hadn't seen that before, the way he spoke, his poise, just everything about it. He was truly living in the moment, and he was excited to be there. And I just remember thinking, I am so proud of you. So proud of you.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. What a moment. Amazing. And Christine?
I could actually think of two stories, but I'll pick a personal one.
Yeah.
So in 2023,
Don't be shy.
Jacob's dad and I were married, and Jacob, when he found out that we were getting married, he immediately wanted to do something special. And so we knew we wanted him to be a part of the ceremony, stand up there with us, which he was. But he made he wrote made a very heartfelt toast that day, off the cuff. He didn't need notes or anything, and he actually read a very special poem during the ceremony. So that was a very proud moment among many others, but a really personal one as well.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you both for sharing such beautiful moments. Michael, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, thank you for coming on the episode.
Yes, thank you all so much. We're really excited to just see where I'm hoping this goes nationwide within the year. And we're excited to see what more you can do internationally, Jacob. Thank you.
I think we skipped one question.
Thank you for having
Thank you all for being here. Thank you
for
so
inviting
much.
us.
Can't wait to
Appreciate
hear more.
being here.
All right, and that's a wrap for this one.